Bom dia from Portugal. Good morning. So today I'm going to do a little house tour video. Well, it might end up being a kind of a long video because there's a lot to talk about. So I'm going to show the work that I've done so far and the work that I hope to do. I'm sorry, I keep getting a low battery notification. I need to charge my phone. So yeah, so I'm going to do a house tour, and this is the house so far. I've been here about 3 years, so I've done some of the work already. I didn't do videos from the beginning just because it's not in my habit to take videos and document my life. I'm trying to get into the habit of doing that. And I kind of wish I had taken videos and more photos. I have a few photos from the beginning which I'll try and insert into the videos. Yeah, I'm just not in the habit of doing this kind of thing. This is my first attempt at social media stuff. I'm still learning how to edit and all that. So I'm going to try and get into the habit of documenting stuff for my channel. I have a channel. I can't believe I have a YouTube channel. So yeah, I've been here about 3 years. Hang on, my arm's getting tired, you know, holding the phone like this. Jeez, I have to keep switching around. So excuse my hand getting in the way as well. So I had a farm before this one. I've been in Portugal for almost 10 years, about 9.5 years. And this is not my first farm. This isn't my first house renovation. I bought an old stone house first and spent a couple of years renovating it, and then for various reasons I decided to sell it, reasons that I won't go into right now because that's nothing to do with this video. So I sold that place after I had been there about 4 years, and then I spent a couple of years just staying with friends while I looked around for another place, and then I bought this place. So I've been here about 3 years, and it was just an empty shed. I don't think anyone ever lived in this building, and I decided to go with a concrete building this time. It's modern blockos, as you can see, with cement render over the top. Because the old stone building, it had a lot of issues which would have required a lot of money to fix. And I've never had much money, so I'm fixing everything, doing everything kind of on the cheap. So having a concrete building, it's just easier to work with for various reasons. It makes my life simpler, makes the renovations a bit easier. So that's why I bought this place, and I love the land as well. This piece of land is much better than the other piece of land that I used to have. So, time to swap arms again. I'll get used to it. I have to build up my videoing muscles. So yeah, so I'm going to do a little house tour today and explain things along the way. So yeah, come along for that, please. And this is also documenting me trying to learn how to do videos. Obviously, I have a lack of experience in that area. Any helpful suggestions would be great. I got a little tutorial from one of my neighbours nearby who has a YouTube channel. Also, she lives about a 5-minute walk from me, and she very kindly gave me a little tutorial, a few tips and tricks and how to get started. So I really appreciate that. Her channel name is Dream Life Portugal. Her name is Susie. She's also documented a house renovation, and so yeah, go and have a look at her channel. She does really nice videos. And yeah, thanks to Susie if you're watching. Thank you. And yeah, so let's go on a little house tour. So here we are at the very front of the house. That's the entrance into my land. So, stuff I've done so far, I put a new roof on. It was a really old tile roof, and a lot of the tiles were broken. And I decided to go with these sandwich panels just because I didn't have enough money to do a tile roof properly. So I went with the sandwich panels because they were much easier for me to put up than tiles. I would have had to completely redo the roof. Ow, 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 cat. Jeez, so. Ow, he just stuck his claws right into my leg. I should probably start again, but well, these things happen. It's part of my life here, so I guess I'm just going to document everything. This cat's mental. And here comes Milo. Anyway, back to it. I wanted to use the beams that are already in the house. To put tiles up, I would have had to redo the beams, which would have been taken so much longer and been so much more expensive, and would have required skills that I just don't have. So I went with the sandwich panels. It doesn't look very nice. I'm thinking to paint it and do other things to it to make it look a bit nicer. But to be honest, I never look at it. I'm outside all the time, but I never look at the roof, so it doesn't really faze me the way it looks. Something that does bother me that is I really need to paint outside. That's going to really cheer the house up and make it look like a proper home instead of just a shed. And something else I did recently, those are my solar panels, obviously. Something else I did recently was to put up this shade trellis. These concrete posts. And this bamboo. I want to make it into a living shade eventually. I've got a honeysuckle growing in this corner, and I have a passiflora growing in that corner. I want to train them up. I'm also going to plant things by the posts and train them up to go up and over so I can have a living green shade in the summer. I don't want a permanent shade here because the winter sun comes in the windows and I don't want to block that. So this bamboo stuff, I'll take it down in the winter. And it's just here until the living shade grows up enough to cover it, which is going to be a few years. So I have this little beach cabana kind of look. Something else I need to do is put a proper gate. I used to have a gate, but my friend's horses broke it and smashed it to pieces one day, so there's currently no gate. So that's something else I need to do. I need to paint. I had to replace the windows. Most of the glass was smashed. So I redid the windows, put fresh putty on all of them because the putty was really dried out, and painted them blue. I love this blue colour. I also made screens. These are removable. I take them off in the winter because I like to open the windows. This is just to keep the bugs out, but they're removable. So I made them just with bits of timber beading. And painted the door, and I had to replace the glass as well here. this table's temporary. I'm going to get a proper table. I also built this little cupcake. I call it my cupcake. It's just old roof tiles. But anyway, we're not doing the garden, we're doing the house. So let's go inside the house. Oh, I also made this brick path as well, just a little to keep the mud from the front of the house. So let's go in. Come in. Come a in. Oh, it's nice and cool in here. So this is the main room. That's the underside of the sandwich panels. I'm currently putting insulation. I don't know if you can see that. Cardboard and some polystyrene offcuts that somebody gave me. Here comes the cat. Oh no, you're all dusty. Out you go. You're all dusty, mister. Literally just cleaned. Come on, off you pop. Okay, I had to stop there to take the cat out. And also decided to put some vinegar on the brand new holes in my leg that you just put there. Anyway, so this is the, let's start with the kitchen area. There's another room back there, but this, let's just do this room for now. So this is the kitchen area. Last year I finally put some plumbing in, which I'm so happy to have, because in the last place I didn't have indoor plumbing. I had to carry all the water into the house, and with the 2 foot thick granite stone walls, huge blocks of stone, it was really difficult to do any work, and I didn't have the money or the power or the, so I never had indoor plumbing in the last place, and I did this last summer, and I'm so happy just to have a sink and a tap. When you live so long without certain things, I'm not going to call it a luxury, because it's not really a luxury, although I guess it is a luxury for some people on the planet. But when you live so long without these basic necessities, when you finally get them again, oh, it's like a brand new life. It's a really great feeling. And I love that. I love having lived without things for so long, that when I do finally get these basic things sorted out, it's just amazing. Like, I really appreciate such the simple thing as having an indoor plumbing, which is something that I just kind of took for granted before when I was younger, but living without it for so long, it makes me really appreciate the simple things. And I really appreciate this sink. It's made my life so much easier. I'm going to tile back here behind. I have some tiles ready to go up. And yeah, I did a little mosaic down the post. Broken tiles that I found around. I need to finish it off. I need to put the grouting in between. And some tiles down here as well that somebody left at the free shop. I just love the colour. That's just a little splash board because this is my drinking water tub. That's the tap there. I go and fill that up at a local spring. I'm going to put a towel rail here. A little mosaic on the top as well. That needs to be also grouted in between. I just love the colours. To me, that's like Mediterranean kind of colours. I love doing mosaics. I did mosaics on the windowsills as well. That's the very first one that I did. It's not great. I need to paint in between. I had to smash the windowsills out to get the windows open. These are homemade windows. I didn't make them, but whoever built this place made these windows. And then they did the windowsill sloping, so I couldn't actually open the windows when I moved in, so I had to smash out the windowsill. And then when I was redoing it, I decided to do these mosaics on top. There's another one over here. This is the second one I did, so it's a little bit better. These are just found tiles that I've been picking up for years. Oh, the windowsill's dirty. Everything's covered in cement dust at the moment from when we cut the inner door. The cement dust went absolutely everywhere. So back to the kitchen. This is a free cabinet. I'm going to do a separate video on all the furniture and stuff around the house. This video was about the kind of structural changes that I've made. I'm going to do a separate video on how I've basically furnished my whole house for free. Almost all the furniture you see here is found and restored by me. These two things were found and restored. I got the cups from my free shop, but anyway, that's a separate video. Stay focused, Anna, stay focused. I put these lights, so a local company that a friend of mine started here, he's also one of my neighbours. Spark Point Solar, his company is called. They're great people, and they installed the wiring for me. He also, his name is Leo, he did the solar installation for my first place as well, and one of his team came to do the wiring. Oops, I just kicked one of the dog bowls. And put these sockets in for me. I got these lights from the free shop. Look, aren't they great? Also need cleaned, they're covered in cement dust. So I rewired them and put them up there. There's one each side of the room. And I built this kind of in a hurry because I was having a housewarming party and I just really wanted a kitchen area. So I built this quite quickly. If I was going to do it again, I would make the blocks, I would use thinner blocks for here just so there's more space inside. But anyway, it's done. I'm going to tile the front bits and this bit at the side by the cooker, just to make it all easier to clean. This is a piece of marble, which I love. I need to clean it. It tends to get, that's not dirt, it gets stained just from like me rubbing against it, and it's raw marble, it's not polished, so it tends to get stained really easily. So it needs a bit of a scrub again. This is actually a tombstone lid. There's a bit of a story behind it. Ask me in the comments if you want to know the story. But it's got someone's name on it on the other side. I know it sounds really strange to have, you can't really see. I know it sounds really strange to have a tombstone lid as your kitchen surface, but it makes total sense for me. I got it for free and I've always wanted to have a marble kitchen countertop. So I absolutely love it and there's so much space. I think I'm going to put tiles behind here as well. And okay, so the door was done very recently. That's been here for about a month because there's a room back there and the only way to access it previously was from the outside, so I wanted to connect the two rooms. So I put a door in with a friend, with an angle grinder and a generator. we cut that. It took us about 3 days. A few things kept going wrong, which delayed us quite a lot, but that, yeah, it took us about 3 days. I got this door second hand, cost me €50. It's not the original door I had planned to use, but that one turned out to be slightly warped. It's a wooden door, and it was a bit warped, so I went with this. I bought this instead. But it works great, and I love it. I love having the two rooms connected. Also makes my life a lot easier. So I need to finish the rendering. From here, I ran out of sand. But yeah, I need to fill this up. I need to silicone around at the top here, and maybe down the side a bit. And I put a new step with another piece of marble. I need to finish all that off. I'm thinking to tile it all the way around. That's definitely a job for another day. I'll show the back room after. We're going to finish the main room first. This amazing box was left here. I inherited it along with the house. Isn't that amazing? Beautiful old thing. I think it's oak. It's huge. I think they used to store grain and corn and stuff like that in it. And now it's my firewood storage box. Firewood and kindling stuff for the winter. It's empty just now. That's a screen door I made for this door. It's just temporary. I couldn't get my hands on any timber at the time, so I bought these electric cable cover thingies. It's a bit wobbly, but it works. It'll do for now. That's for that door. And installed the stove for the first winter that I lived in the house. I didn't have the stove installed yet, because I hadn't done the roof yet. So I lived a whole winter without any heating. So yeah, getting the stove installed was just amazing. Oh, Myro wants to come in. Is it getting hot, puppy? I have to use this to keep the door closed for the moment, because I don't have a proper lock. Anyway, where was I? So yeah, it heats the house great. It's got a really long chimney. In my previous place, the stove went immediately out the wall, so I lost all that heat from the chimney. So this is much more efficient. Having it in the centre of the room and all that chimney, it heats the house up really quickly. It's really efficient stove. Myro's decided to eat some biscuits right in the middle of my video. What else in here? Okay, so yeah, I put up some bookshelves because the books are just stacked everywhere and they're getting in my way so much. So I made a couple of bookshelves and painted them. That's the other light. Oh, bumping into things here. I guess that's a hazard of the job of being a YouTuber when you're filming. How often do people just bump into things and fall over things because they're so busy filming? I'm sure it's going to happen to me a lot. So that's the work that I've done so far. Other things I need to do is finish painting. That's going to really cheer the place up in here and make it look really nice when I have it all painted. It's going to make it feel so much more like a home instead of a shed. And obviously finish the ceiling, put more insulation. As much as I can reach and as much as I can get my hands on cardboard and stuff to put up there. There's about 4 to 5 layers of cardboard on each bit. So finish that off and then put the final boards. I haven't yet decided what boards I'm going to put. It's either going to be plywood or it's going to be those blue insulation board thingies. I haven't decided yet. So yeah, that's the two main jobs in here, is finish the painting, do the painting all on every wall. I'm going to do it a nice orangey colour. I think I'll make the kitchen yellow and the rest of it orange. And also finish the ceiling, so that's the two main jobs in here that I need to finish. I'm going to put little curtains to cut across here to cover these bits so you can't see all that stuff. Oh, this is a toilet box that I made. I don't plan to keep my toilet in here. Obviously it's not the best place to have a toilet, it's next to the kitchen. It's a dry toilet. There's a bucket inside there. I made this box out of MDF. And put a lid on it. In another video I'm going to talk about basically my toilet system, which sounds a bit weird talking on video about how I go to the toilet. But basically I haven't bought toilet paper in about 5 years because I use a different system, and I'm going to explain that in another video. So this is going to go in that room eventually, but I need to finish the floor in that room. So let's go and look at that room.